Hello and welcome to everyone back on the Third Man Cricket Show. I'm Vansh Chawla, your host, and what a way to start the series! What a way to begin the campaign for India, begin the new era of Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma, the duo which all Indians are hoping to, take it for very long. And what a way to start the T20 series! India win by 5 wickets, and although there were a few speed breakers in the middle and also at the end, I would say India managed to pull it off, and that exactly shows what this team is capable of. And I've got Nikhil and I've got Sanmay with me. Nikhil, starting with you, your thoughts on the entire match, the way India played.
Yes, bro, it was good in pieces, in bits and pieces, because I'm not really pleased the way the game ended. Because when you're supposed to finish a game certain way, then you allow the team to make a game of it. It's never done. Yes, it was just the first game, and we cannot be critical. But I think Surya Kumar Yadav and Rohit Sharma should have finished it off. Maybe a wicket of Rohit Sharma, still Surya Kumar with Rishabh should have finished it off, but it was an immature shot from Surya Kumar. I won't blame Venkatesh Iyer for playing that shot because it's just his first game. I really think they should avoid these kind of mess ups because that ultimately count. But a very good game for certain pieces for Sky, for Ashwin as a bowler, or for Bhuvi for his comeback, but should have finished it quite comfortably.
Well, we'll surely come on to that bowling performance from Ashwin as well. But before that, let's take a few comments here. Mohit is saying that at one point we thought India was doing a Punjab Kings kind of a thing. Well, the IPL is well over now, and but still the memes haven't stopped. So that's the beauty of IPL there. Ankit is saying still India needs a better finishing with 23 runs of 24 balls. The game shouldn't go into the last over with 10 runs needed. That's exactly what Nikhil said, but I think it will come with time, and we can still cherish the fact that Rishabh Pant remained not out at the end. So that's a good positive that India are getting right now. But Sanmay, let me get to you now. What are your thoughts on the general match that happened? I mean, the first innings we did say that 160 was the power score here at Jaipur. So pleased with the bowling attack and also with the way India finished the game.
Yeah. Talking about the game, it was a typical T20I game, more of like IPL type of finishes we have seen over the years. And बैटिंग पे मेरे को भी फिलहाल के ऊपर कमेंट नहीं करने का because there are many new batsmen coming in and वो responsibilities and roles को उन लोगों को ये करने में time लगेगा. Yeah, of course, जैसा निखिल बोल रहा है कि स्काई का शॉट immature था, but ये जस्ट फोर्थ मैच T20 फोर्थ T20I होल्डर ही है वो. धीरे धीरे एक्सपीरियंस आएगा एंड दैट्स व्हाट वी आर लुकिंग फॉर. वेंकटेश अय्यर द वे ही हिट द फर्स्ट बॉल फॉर अ फोर, इट शोज दैट ठीक है, ये बंदा जो ऐसा है जो पहले बॉल में आके मार सकता है. सो फिनिशिंग जॉब कैन बी गिवन टू हिम, बट थोड़ा टाइम देना पड़ेगा. ही शुड बी गिवन सम टाइम इन द मिडल. एंड स्काई को भी धीरे धीरे बैटिंग कलेक्टिवली परफॉर्म होएगा. एंड जो अभी अगर निखिल डिसअपॉइंट हुआ है कि इट शुड हैव फिनिश्ड मच मोर अर्लियर, आगे I'm sure the batting will not disappoint us and it will please Nikhil going ahead in the series. I want to talk about more about bowling perspective. I was slightly disappointed with Rohit's captaincy, only for one reason, that he had six bowling options. And why didn't he bring in Venki Iyer? I mean, there is a player Deepak Chahar who's going for runs. तो फिर क्यों वेंकी अय्यर को नहीं लेके आ रहे हो? Still, while India is following that 5 over template, as हम लोग ग्रुप में सब डिस्कस किया था कि विराट कोहली डिडंट हैड 6 बॉलिंग ऑप्शन, ही हैड 5 बॉलिंग ऑप्शन. दैट्स उसको रेस्ट्रिक्ट करना पड़ेगा. यहाँ पे रोहित के पास है 6 बॉलिंग ऑप्शन. व्हाई डिडंट ही ब्रिंग हिम just to take one over from Deepak Chahar, because Deepak Chahar clearly had an off day. He was doing hot and cold today. So उस बात में I am little disappointed with Rohit Sharma as a captain, that he had an extra bowling option. Why didn't he utilize it?
Nikhil, you agree with Sanmay there? You think that Venkatesh Iyer should have been given a bowl there, or do you think that Rohit was just sticking to his 5 good options?
I really think it's all about giving the bowlers confidence because just the first T20 international. You've got a lot of games riled up after that, and you have pick certain players. If one of the bowler had a horror day at the office, say he goes for a 30 in the first two, then maybe you can think about it. But I guess Rohit Sharma was trying to instill confidence that even if you go for runs, it doesn't matter. You have to come back and do the job and take the responsibility. uh, doesn't matter your first two overs have been bad. You have to take that responsibility. Yes, many of them will think that it is not the optimum utilization of resources, but you also need to see that he's trying to instill confidence among the players, and he's trying to give. These are young bowlers. Deepak Char is young. Even Mohammad Siraj is starting out in the T20 internationals. So I didn't really think it was a problem, but yes, he could have used Venkatesh Iyer for just a span of 2 overs maybe, but it happens in a game.
Certainly, and we're getting a lot of comments, about India's bowling, especially Ravichandran Ashwin and Bhuvneshwar Kumar. It's amazing to see as an Indian fan that Bhuvneshwar Kumar has come back into form, and it's really a pleasing sight the way he bowled the in-swinger to Mitchell first up. It really reminded me of those golden days that Bhuvneshwar Kumar used to have when he was 23, 24, and a purely swing bowler. So even Cricket the Tushin and Mohit, both of them have mentioned that Ash bowled pretty well along with Bhuvi. So Sanmay, your thoughts on Ashwin? He bowled 10 dot balls today at an economy of less than six, and also Bhuvneshwar Kumar, he bowled at an economy of six, I guess, as well. So your thoughts on these two getting back into form?
I just want to ask Ash, where was he between 2016 to 2021? Why wasn't he playing much of T20 internationals? One thing, एक चीज ऐश के बारे में बहुत पसंद है कि he's a real intelligent bowler. He thinks out of the box and bowls. And अभी जिस तरह से उसको काउंटी खेल के उसको ये आया है, एक्सपीरियंस आया है, वेरिएशंस आए हैं, he's using it really well. Now, if you see a wicket of Chapman, first ball he bowled a really wicket delivery. Then in the next ball that he bowled to him, it was slow through the air, and he just outfoxed the batsman there. So that's what Ash brings to you on a table. He can bowl that tough over. He can bowl that fourth over for you in 1 over in power play also, and he can just slow down the innings in the middle overs also. So that's one thing I always like about Ash, and he's always thinking कि कैसा डालूं, और he always makes the batsman also thinking कि छह के छह बॉल अलग आने वाले, उसका एक सरी का बॉल रहता नहीं है हर वक्त ऐश का. इट विल बी स्लो थ्रू द एयर, क्विकर थ्रू द एयर, तेरे को लेंथ से बीट करेगा, या फिर ही विल स्पिन टर्न द बॉल, या फिर उसका कैरम बॉल आएगा, कुछ ना कुछ तो आएगा, बट ही विल आउट फॉक्स, ही मेक द batsman thinking what will be the next ball. So that's one thing I really like about Ash. Talking about Bhuvi, it's good to see that the old Bhuvi is back. First 2 overs, it was 145 figures. It's a typical Bhuvi over.
Yeah.
He was swinging the ball really well and get to be अच्छा bowling किया. So it's good to see that these two stalwarts and veterans of Indian cricket are back to their form.
Perfect. And we did see Mohammad Siraj as well bowl. I mean, we can be critical of him, but then I personally think that he was a bit unlucky with those edges flying over and the inside edge also going for boundaries. But as Omkar is saying here, Siraj was coming after a long time in T20 cricket, so it's important that India also back bowlers like him, because he's someone who brings about that dedication and passion on the field as well. So we shouldn't be that critical of the bowlers as well. Nikhil, your thoughts on the others? You mentioned that Deepak Chair had an off day as well. So, your thoughts on Cheher and Siraj? Just coming into the groove after some break.
Yes, it happens, and to give credit, it was a good batting surface, and Martin Guptill actually batted really well, along with the debutant, not the debutant, but Mark Chapman was playing after a while, so he also
Hmm.
started really well. So these things happen, and it's all about covering up for your mates and covering up for your bowling partners, so that the team does not get hampered. There's no issues with Mohammad Siraj or Deepak Char going for runs. I'm just worried about Mohammad Siraj's left hand, because he had a bad blow on the, I guess, his pinky finger, and that should be looked upon. I hope that there's nothing serious with that. But yes, these things happen, and they'll come into the groove eventually.
Absolutely. Garvit is saying that Mera TV toot gaya, couldn't watch the second innings. Well, I mean, you certainly missed the fun that Surya Kumar Yadav and Rohit Sharma, they literally made fun of the New Zealand bowling attack, especially Rohit to Trent Bolt. I mean, it was such a heated up contest, and we certainly expected Bolt to, bring about some in swingers to him, but then Rohit completely dominated him in that over, is what I feel. Ash performing like this will make it difficult for selectors to drop him when Washington Sundar comes back from injury. Well, that's an important point made by Harshal there. But yeah, Nikhil.
Yeah. Chinmay was asking that where was Ashwin at 26 from 2016 to 2021. He was rested. He was first rested for one series, and then he was eventually dropped. I don't know why, but he was.
Well,
We
exactly.
won't take drop. We take it rested. We take it as rested.
No, but like the talent pool that's coming into India, it's really difficult to, stick to one bowler, is what I feel as well. Akshar Patel also bowled well today. He finished with figures of none for 31. I thought his first three overs were pretty good. But then Sanmay, talking about Shreyas Iyer now, he came in at number 5 today. Rishabh Pant was, bought, or I should say promoted to number 4, which certainly Shreyas could have been Shreyas Iyer's original batting spot. So your thoughts on that number 4, number 5 spot? Do you think that it's still a bit of a mess for India there?
Oh, that's been missed since 2019, I guess.
Since a
The
long time.
number four, number five. It's a long time. I'm gonna बहुत बातें कर चुके उसके बारे में. We have given them solutions also, but I guess they are not watching our videos to get solutions. But एक है कि stick to one thing, यार. If Rishabh Pant is there, and do you think Shreyas Iyer can play like a finisher role? Can he start hitting from one ball go? I don't feel like that because Shreyas Iyer को थोड़ा time चाहिए रहेगा खेलने के लिए. मतलब he's not someone who can just go and bang bang somewhere. He's not like about that type of a player. So uh, it's on Indian team to decide कि what they want. ऋषभ पंत ऐसा खेल सकता है कि they want श्रेयस अय्यर. So फिर क्योंकि अगर एक बार विराट कोहली आएगा तो फिर it's more probable that श्रेयस will drop and Sky will be moved down to number 4. So there is still confusion going on around in the team कि किसको किधर खिलाए. Now one thing will be like ऋषभ पंत को भेजा रहा है कि थोड़ा लेफ्ट हैंड राइट हैंड कॉम्बिनेशन रहे. If that is a move, then okay, acceptable. But then why श्रेयस अय्यर? उसको इतना नीचे क्यों भेज रहे हो? वो दिख रहा था अभी भी देखो स्ट्रगल किया था उसने मारने के लिए. He's not able to time the ball really well when the pressure is on him. So you have to clearly find out a position for him. Either not below number 4. I don't see Shreyas Iyer playing below number 4 in this team.
Well, actually, that's a pretty good point that you've made there because Shreyas Iyer actually in over 16 to 20 has a strike rate of only 135. So, I mean, that's really a good point that you make. Nikhil, talking about Surya Kumar Yadav's innings today, I mean, he was just splendid to watch. I mean, after so long, he played those shots all around the park, especially on the leg side and the square boundary. He used the square boundary as well. So your thoughts on Surya Kumar Yadav's innings? He just seems to be getting better day by day.
I guess he's someone who can, he's a situational player. He can aggress for you. He can adapt to the situation if it's slightly tricky. And he has the perfect spot at number 3 because he dominates spinners. And we
Hmm.
saw he put the way he put the pressure on Todd Astle
Yeah.
was excellent. And those shots look very classy and very effortless. For me, he's the best possible. Yes, many of the viewers or even you will disagree with me, and I have no problem with that. But I guess he's the best possible option for India at number 3 because he plays the spin so well that at it maybe at a 60 for 1. I want Surya Kumar Yadav there in the middle overs, taking on the spinners, putting pressure on them. And whenever you've seen him bat at number 3, he has done really well. May it be his debut, may it be his first innings when he scored that 57 where he hit Jofra Archer for a 6 of the first ball, or
Hmm.
in Mumbai Indians he bats at number 3. So I guess everyone should bat in their respective positions if they are in featuring in the 11 or not. Same with Shreyas Iyer. Shreyas Iyer bats at 3 or 4. If you are going to push him down at 5, yes, he delivered you performances in the first T20 against England or in the third T20, but that's not acceptable for a guy like Shreyas Iyer. He's a player who takes a slight bit of time and then starts to attack. So you
True.
have to understand what the role of the player is. And yes, as the games grow on, it'll be more clearer, and I guess Rahul and Rohit will bring a lot of communication in the 11. But Surya Kumar Yadav's innings was brilliant, and I think if you keep putting him at a number three, he'll give you performances which are mostly match winning.
Absolutely. And I think, Nikhil, you'll have to mention, because you've got two Rahuls now, one opening the
Yes.
battings and one in the coach as well. So that's one confusion now that we are getting. We had a Ravi, we have a Rahul now. So, yeah. So, Sanmay, my final question to you will be like, what are you expecting from the second T20? Are you expecting a same 11, or do you think we'll make some changes in the death bowling or something?
Yeah, go with the same 11. अगर if you keep on chopping and changing the team, तो फिर players का morale down कर सकता है. इसके लिए you don't want players to lose their morale कि पता नहीं मेरा team में रहूँगा नहीं रहूँगा. So you keep this team. देखो आगे क्या रहता है. But what I would expect is second T20 is कि Venki starts bowling. इसको bowling यहाँ चालू करना पड़ेगा. Just bring him in the group ताकि तुमको पता चले कि क्या हो रहा है. If in second T20 a situation comes like Deepak Chahar 3 over none for 34 है, just don't give him the fourth over and Venki इसको दे दे एक ओवर के लिए. ताकि देखिए तो सही कि बंदा कैसा डाल रहा है. Is he a good option for us in the future also? So that's my only expectations in the second T20.
Perfect, perfect. Second T20 is on the 19th of November, which is the day after tomorrow, and it's going to be played in Ranchi. So, home ground for, I think, Ishan Kishan there. Let's hope that he gets a game at least, although the spot seems to be filled by someone else like Shreyas Iyer or even Venkatesh Iyer as of now. But yes, guys, thank you for all our viewers for joining in. Thank you for all the comments, and thank you, Nikhil. Thank you, Sanmay, for the amazing insights provided by you. An amazing victory for India, and let's hope that we continue with this streak further on in this T20 series as well. Thank you.